Brothers and sisters, this is Jacob McWilliams, Brother Jacob McWilliams. Another word of advice from experience from these directed pulse energy weapons and Havana Syndrome. They're able to hack your phone. The ones and the criminals that form this event hit you with these DEW attacks and voice to skull technologies. They're able to hack your phone and scramble, like if you're listening to Christian music or Pandora, they're able to scramble the playlist because it automatically generates certain songs. It plays random songs. They're able to hack your phone and they're able to manipulate the playlist to where it sounds subliminal to you. On another note, see, they mix it up on us, and I'm speaking from experience, and also from another TI reached out to me. They're able to how they manipulate us and program our brains, and we don't have to let them. We're not letting them. They take control. They have control over us when they do this, and we can't do nothing to stop it. They zap our brains with brain fogs. You can feel the pulse. They hit us hard with brain fogs. On top of speaking through the V2K, and they say a bunch of stuff through the V2K to throw our brain waves off track. And it scrambles our brain waves. And which means if I try to type, when all this is going on, and I try to type words, if I try to type words on X.com or YouTube or in a comment section, whenever I'm looking at the words that I'm typing, they're able to basically, whenever I'm typing the words, because they're zapping my brain is connected to my eyes, right? My eyes can't focus or see exactly what I'm trying to type. Even though I know what I'm trying to type, my brain can't function enough to be able to type the right words, so it turns out to be scrambled. So whenever I post it, after I type it and I post the post, whatever I'm trying to say to people on my post, and I post it, I find out later after they let off my brain that it's all scrambled words and scribble scrabble. And it's not what I actually intended to type, because they're basically, they typed that. It's because my brain can't focus on what I'm typing, even though I know what I'm trying to type. So during that process of confusion that they're putting on us because they're zapping our brain, and they speak to the V2K, they're able to program us easily through the V2K. And they also sleep deprive us and keep us up to where we can't go to sleep. They jolt and they zap our hearts, vibrate our heart, our chest, and our brain to keep us up, all while talking through the V2K. And they're able to manipulate us. And that's how we that's how, if we're listening to a certain song or they're able to scramble our YouTube videos. If we're scrolling through a YouTube video, to make us think that something from 3 years ago is happening recently, because we can't focus on what year it happened. We can't focus on the time frame that it happened, because they got us in a time loop, a time warp. Got us in a time warp. I went if I go to sleep while I'm being tased and zapped, because I'm not getting good sleep. If I go to sleep for an hour and I wake up, I feel like I've only had 30 minutes of sleep. Or if I go to sleep for 6 hours, I feel like I only had an hour of sleep. For example, because they got us going through a time warp with these weapons. So what I advise the TI is, during these times when they're trying to program us, if you're able to, I'm unable to, I'm not in a good position to, do water therapy. If you have access to a tub and you're able to do water therapy, soak in warm water. Warm water is more comforting. It's better to do cold water when they're zapping you, but water in itself is supposed to shield you from some of it. They're able to turn up the heat, yes, but it still shields you from some of the radiation and directed pulse energy attacks. Not all of it. But they are able to turn up the heat, but still it helps a little bit. And put a cold or hot rag over your head and listen to music while you're soaking in the tub. While you're soaking in the tub, listen to music if you can. And then meditate on that music. It's while you're being zapped, it might sound like that music is because they are able to manipulate the playlist. Like I said, while you're being zapped, it's gonna seem like they're handpicking those the songs for you. But 9 times out of 10, is if the song is speaking truth to you, then just keep in the front of your mind that, hey, well, shoot, at least it's speaking the truth about me. But if it's speaking lies about me on what they think of me, then I'll just change that song or just ignore it. But if it's speaking the truth, well, hey, at least it's speaking the truth about me. I can relate to that. You may not understand it because you may not be able to relate to it because you're evil. I'm not. So, and that's how you can counter them, and that's why I can't stop talking to them half the time, because they are able to easily program you. That's what certain TIs probably, they may be able to ignore them better than others. I can't. We have our ways of coping, right? But every time I speak, the gang stalkers are able to pick up on that remote neural monitor. If I speak out loud, they're able to hear my thoughts out loud, even though I'm speaking out loud, like right now. But if I speak in my mind, they're not able to hear it loudly. Same with the Space Force through the satellites and through that supercomputer. When I'm speaking as I'm speaking now, it's blaring in their computer screen. It's screaming back at them. But whenever I speak in my mind, it's almost as if I'm whispering or talking lightly. But whenever I'm speaking, and it's hard to speak in your mind when they're speaking over your thoughts, over your speaking, because all you're going to hear when you're speaking in your mind, and let's say you're trying to read a book to yourself. You're trying to read a book to yourself. You can't read that book to yourself while you have V2K, because all you're going to hear is them talking shit. Excuse my language, but all you're going to hear is them talking. So, water therapy and meditating on music while you're soaking in the tub, I mean, that's probably one of the best ways. I mean, but you can't completely get rid of it. You got to destroy the satellite towers.